Visheshataya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much. So we'll just begin with Madhya Lila 24.99. Actually, it has been finished on Friday itself. So just for the recap, we will do from 1 or 2 shlokas. So though it is a very vast topic, so I'm not qualified to talk, but still I'm trying to share whatever I have learned, whatever I understood. So I seek blessings from all the Vaishnava assembled devotees here. Thank you so much. So let's move into the session. So the Madhya Lila, this is 61 explanation about the Atmarama verses. So the chapter, the text 24.99, what does it deals about with cheating oneself and cheating others is called Kaitava. Association with those who cheat in this way is called Dursanga. Dushanga, that means bad association. Those who desire things other than Krishna's service are also called Dushanga, that means bad associations. So cheating oneself is what it is called Atma Vanchana. Cheating others is called Kaitava. So third thing what it has been in this verse, it has been referred, desiring things other than Krishna's service. So to this he gives a praman. So there is a famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that we will see in the next verse that has been explained in 24.100. Mataji? Yeah, so this is a very famous shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam 112. So Dharma projda kaitavo atra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. So in this verse, what it has been explained that he gives, where he says that things which are not into the dharma, which does not fall into the category of dharma, they are prohijita. Prohijita means completely rejected because they are kaitava. Kaitava, what is kaitava? Means cheating others. That's a verse explained in this 24.100. So let's see what all the detailed explanation Mahaprabhu is giving in upcoming verses. So today we are moving into the 24.101. Actually, from this shloka only, today session is starting. Mataji, can you move into the next verse, Mataji? Yes, Mataji, but we can't see the shloka, Mataji. Mansi Mataji, we can't. Yes. Can someone volunteer to read Mataji's?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Prashabdi moksha vancha kaitava pradana aishloke Sridhara Swami kariyachna vyakhyana. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
The translation
I read synonyms or?
No, translation you read, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The prefix pra in the word projhita specifically refers to those desiring liberation or oneness with the Supreme. Such a desire should be understood to be the foremost cheating propensity. The great commentator Sridhara Swami has explained this verse in that way. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
So in this verse, what it has been explained that it's like a cheating others. And worst thing, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that prohijita. Prohijita means completely rejected, and it's kaitava. It's like cheating propensity. What Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that those who try to merge into the Supreme Personality of Godhead, those who have a desire, what desire they have? Desiring of liberation or oneness with the Supreme. That is the foremost of cheating propensity, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So he explains in this verse, and the great commentator Sridhar Swami also has explained the same thing in this shloka, that prohijita, completely rejected, which is not said in dharma, that we should completely avoid. So that means desiring of liberation or oneness with the supreme is not recommended in the shastras. So that we have to completely reject that. We should not take that for granted. So that is the main thing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained. It is a cheating propensity. So we should avoid that completely. Is it fine with everyone? Is that okay with this verse, or anything you need to add, Mataji's or Prabhuji's? You're most welcome. Is that okay?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Can you move into the next verse? Yeah. So can someone volunteer? Can see the raising hand, but I couldn't see the name. Yeah. Shobha Mataji, yeah.
Hare Krishna. Pranams Mataji. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Text 102. Sakama bhakte ajna jani dayalu bhagavan swacharana dhiya kare ichara pidhana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When merciful Lord Krishna understands that the foolish devotee desires material prosperity, he gratefully gives him the shelter of his lotus feet. In this way, the Lord covers the devotee's undesirable ambitions. Haribol, Pranam Mataji, thank you.
Haribol, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. So, in this shloka, it has been explained about what happens to Sakama Bhakta, who desire for material propensity, who approach the Lord with the same desires. So, but in this shloka, even if we have the desire of material gratification, when we approach the Lord, he is he is very, very merciful. First thing, he gives his shelter of the lotus feet. And second thing, he covers all our undesirable ambitions too. He fulfills all our desire. I was hearing a lecture in that someone was asking why the Lord has to fulfill all our desire, though it is not worthy, though it is not suitable. So in that lecture, it has been said that the Lord fulfill all our material ambitions. Why? Because there's a chance of losing the faith in the Lord. That in that lecture, it has been said that it will reduce, our faith will gradually reduce if our material desires are not at all fulfilled. Sometimes it may go less, sometimes it may get fulfilled very easily, very immediately, but sometimes it may become late, but it will get fulfilled. Why? Because to gain more faith into the Lord, or else we will lose faith and we will go against to the Lord if our material desires are not fulfilled. So Lord is so merciful, even though our material propensity is very cheaper, we are asking in a very lesser way, but Lord fulfills all our desire. Why? He wants to come back as soon as possible. So because we are lost, he wants to get back the children very fast. So we are all parcel and parcel of the Lord. So by fulfilling our desire, we'll increase more faith, and slowly we will try to understand the Lord, and we will reach his abode. So for this purpose, Lord fulfill all our desires. Okay, Mataji? Is that fine with everyone? Yes. Can we move into the next shloka? Yeah, 103. Yes. Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams Mataji. Satyam dishati artito ranam naivarta do yat punar artita yataha swayam vidate bhajatam anichittam ichchapidanam nijapada pallavam. I am not up to the mark. Sorry, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Whenever Krishna is requested to fulfill one's desire, he undoubtedly does so, but he does not avoid anything which, after being enjoyed, will cause one to petition him again and again to fulfill further desires. When one has other desires but engages in the Lord's service, Krishna forcibly gives one shelter at his lotus feet, where one will forget all other desires. Hare Krishna
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Upper.
Thank you.
Hare
So
Krishna.
from this
Mataji.
verse, what we'll try to understand that the Lord fulfill all our desire. So the Lord fulfill all our material desire of a devotee who approach him with such motives, but he doesn't bestow benediction upon the devotee that will cause him to demand more benediction again and again. Why Lord does not fulfill all our desire again and again? Because if we desire again and again, we ask for more material benedictions, so it which gives birth to further most desires. So that again we will bound into this material nature. So that Krishna makes sure that we will not go further, which causes more and more desire, but he will fulfill. But because of that desires, we will again connected, we will again bounded into this material worlds, that he makes sure that it will not happen. So second thing, what we have to understand from this shloka is, when one has the desire but engages in Lord's service, what Krishna does, Krishna forcibly gives one shelter at his lotus feet, where one will forget all others' desires. So there is a story that we can relate from this shloka, a story from Brihad Bhagavata Amrita, where we can find a apt story from Brihad Bhagavata Amrita about the Gopakumaras. So it's a very big story. I'll make it into very short as much as possible. So the Gopakumara, he has a very big material desire. He wants to be he wants this, that, and everything. Whatever he had the desires, Lord fulfilled that everything. So let us see the journey of Gopakumaras, what he was asking, what was his material desire to the Lord, how Lord fulfilled that, and how he became the devotee. And he was dissatisfied. Whatever the he had the wish, Lord fulfills everything. Then also how he was dissatisfied, and how he reached, and how he was turning into a devotee. So like Nishkama Karma Bhaktas. Okay, so let's see his journey. So this is a real example how the Gopakumaras was his desires was fulfilled. So in this way, he wants to serve the Lord in a very nice way. So he was thinking about Lord. He was thinking about the king. He is the king of Jagannath Puri. How he was serving the Lord in a very beautiful way, in a very good manner way. So he wants to become the king. So Lord fulfills that desire also. So he became the king, and he was serving the Lord Jagannath in a very beautiful way. So, and after some days, his desire hopped up. Why? Because the association of the crowded people, the people over there in the cities, they were willing to see the king. They were wants to give the quarries to the king. So totally he couldn't find to serve the Lord. So he was totally dissatisfied. Oh, what is this happening? So he was thinking about Lord Indra, who was serving the Upendra, the Vamana. So he wants us to serve the Lord in that way. So he becomes the king of the Heman, and his desires all got fulfilled. So from the story of Gopakumaras, how Krishna is making this arrangement, though the desire is being fulfilled, but still he engages himself in Krishna's service. So it is such a strong, very strong statement that Krishna forcibly gives one shelter of his lotus feet, where one will forget all other desires and accepts Lord Krishna's service only. From the story of Gopakumaras, we can find out, even though it is just a material ambition, material desire, but these material desires are fulfilled. But according to that, he is also dissatisfied. Why? Because he is hankering for, he is deserving for more and more the pleasure which will last for long. These are all very limited desires, very limited time only it will be there with us. But he is desiring for more and more, which gives lasting, everlasting, eternal bliss he is searching for. So Krishna makes sure that everyone will catch that sort of desire in their life. So from this Gopakumara story, we can make sure that how Lord fulfills all our material desires and he makes us to engage everyone in his services. So the same thing, it has been said in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:19-27 also. So let's move into the next shloka. Mataji. Yeah, can someone volunteer? I can see the raising hands, but I don't know if I can't see the names.
May I?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. साधु संग कृष्ण कृपा भक्ति रस स्वभाव एति ने सब छाड़ाया करे कृष्ण भवा. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Association with a devotee, the mercy of Krishna, and the nature of devotional service help one to give up all undesirable association and gradually attain elevation to the platform of love of Godhead.
Yes,
Purport.
Mataji,
Shall I
thank you.
continue?
So, no, Mataji, we will discuss what some of the points from this purport, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I'll just share again in 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes.
Sure, Mataji. Sure, Mataji. So in this summary, in this purport, there are 3-4 points which are mainly discussed. I like to share that is because it's a very long purport. In this, what it has been said about, the bad association, good association, and what Krishna does to his own certain bhaktas, where it says, Sadhu Sangha Krishna Kripa Bhakti Swabhava. What is the Swabhava? What is the Swabhava of the soul? That is the nature of soul is doing bhakti. So, Ethera Sabha Chadya Kare Krishna Bhava. So, that is the association with the devotees, the mercy of Krishna, and the nature of devotional service. In fact, that it helps us to give up all undesirable association, and then one gradually attains the elevation onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is the love of Godhead. So, a pure devotee knows that it is a waste of time. So, it is a misuse of this human form of life. Durlabham Manusham Janma. It is very, very, very rare to attain this human form of life. So, in this human form of life, we can understand what is our self-realization, what is our swabhava. So, understanding our constitutional position. What is our constitutional position? Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Dasa. So, we are the servitor of Lord Sri Krishna and his devotees. That's what the purport deals with these 3-4 points. Okay, Mataji. So, can we move into the next verse? So, let's see what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in text 105. Yeah, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranams.
Yeah, pranams Mataji.
आगे यता यता अर्थ व्याख्यान करिबा कृष्ण गुणा स्वादेर ए हेतु जानिबा. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, I shall progressively explain all the words in the Atma Rama verse. It should be understood that all these words are meant to enable one to taste the transcendental qualities of Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. So, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains about these Atma Rama verses, why simply it should be understand. Thus, these words are meant enable to taste. That taste we should need. While chanting also, we should taste each and every syllable of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. If that taste increase in our bhakti, so then we can release the constitutional position and we can relate ourselves. What is the relationship between me and the Lord? So that taste is very, very important. So to increase the taste, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining about the Atmanama verses to enable one to the taste the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna. So we'll move into the next one.
So, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
श्लोका व्याख्या लागी करी मुना भास एवे करी श्लोकेरा Moonartha Prakasha. Translation by Divine Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I have given all these explanations just to give some indication of the verse's meaning. Now let me explain the real meaning of the verse. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. So from till 106 shloka, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is he just indicate what are the verses overall means. From text 107, he gives the real meaning. So we'll just see what all the things Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to explain us. Okay, so we'll move into the next verse of 24, 107. Yes.
Read Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Jnana marg upasaka duita prakara kevala brahmopasaka moksha kansi ara. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are two kinds of worshippers on the path of philosophical speculation. One is called Brahma Upasaka, a worshipper of the impersonal Brahman, and the other is called Moksha Kanski, one who desires liberation. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, in this verse, we are just seeing there are two types of worshippers. One is called Brahma Upasaka. So, who worship the impersonal Brahman. Another is called Moksha Kamshi, one who desires liberation. So, how Brahma Upasakas and Moksha Kamshis, they turned into devotee. So, who are Brahma Upasakas and who are Moksha Kamshis? Let us see with some examples. So, there are three types of what to say that Brahma Upasakas. Who are they? Means sadhakas who are into the very beginning platform. So neophyte. So their example given as Nava Yogendras. Okay, and second thing what we have seen is Brahma Maya. Am I in the right shloka? Mataji, can you move into the next one, Mataji? 1 second. Yeah, I think okay, sorry, Mataji. So this, yeah, 107, Mataji, sorry. So 107, in this verse, we are seeing about the Brahma Upasakas and Moksha Kamshis. So they worship Brahma Upasakas, they worshipped the impersonal Brahman, and the Moksha Kamshis, they desire for liberations. They have transferred into Bhaktas. We will see into the upcoming verses. So how they have transferred while worshipping from impersonal Brahman, they have changed them into a Bhaktas. So let's see into the further verses, how they have changed and who are Brahma Upasakas, who are Moksha Kamshis. Let's see some examples. Okay, Mataji, so sorry. Can we move into the next shloka, Mataji? 108. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Mataji, text 108, Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Kevala Brahmopasaka Dina Vedahaya Sadhaka Brahmamaya Ara Prapta Brahmalaya. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are three types of people who worship the impersonal Brahman. The first is the beginner, the second is one whose thoughts are absorbed in Brahman, and the third is one who is actually merged in the impersonal Brahman. Haribol, yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Haribol, thank you, Mataji. So, in the previous shloka, we have seen the Brahma Upasakas and the Moksha Kamshis. So, in this verse, we are seeing Mahaprabhu is explaining about the three types of Brahma Upasakas who worship the impersonal Brahman. They are Brahmavadis. So, what are the three stages? First stage is the sadhakas. Sadhakas means they are the very beginners. They are very in the beginning stage. Examples are given as Nava Yogendras. And second one is Brahmamaya. Brahmamaya means they are always observed in Brahman. So they are little more advanced stage. So the example is given as Sukadeva Goswami. And third one who is actually merged into the impersonal Brahman. The examples are given as the four Kumaras. Prapta Brahmalaya. Examples are given as the four Sanat Kumaras. So these are the three Brahma Upasakas who later turned they actually worship the Brahman effulgence. They worship the impersonal Brahman. But slowly, we will see in the upcoming verses how they have transferred themselves into a bhaktas. So,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
When they
Mataji,
say the three types of people who worship the impersonal Brahman, that is the Brahma Jyoti, no?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Can we move into the next shloka? Yes.
May I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Navakishori Mataji. Is that
Hare
you?
Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. भक्ति बिना केवल ज्ञाने मुक्ति नहीं हया, भक्ति साधना करे यही प्राप्त ब्रह्म लया. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One cannot attain liberation simply through philosophical speculation devoid of devotional service. However, if one renders devotional service, he is automatically on the Brahman platform. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. So, we'll see. So, two things we have to understand from this shloka, that one cannot attain liberation simply through philosophical speculation, and they cannot avoid the devotional service. From these two things, if you are not performing devotional service, we cannot liberate. And by through philosophical speculations, we cannot liberate. So, how then it is possible? One we renders devotional service is automatically onto the Brahman platform. Then one foremost thing, one important point we have to understand from this shloka is what is actually means the Brahman platform. So we will come to know what is the Brahman platform. So I was searching notes. I was preparing notes for this class. So I came through one of the very beautiful explanation about the Brahman platform given by Srila Prabhupada. I just wanted to share with you all. So in Bhagavad Gita, it has been said in 14.26. Mamchayo vabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati tetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So what does it says means that one who is engaged in the unalloyed devotional service to Lord Krishna has already transferred the material modes of nature. So Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. So he is on the Brahman platform. That means he is already liberated. Liberated means what? Freed from all material contamination. That is the real meaning of liberated. So to become liberated means to be situated on the material Brahman platform. So if your all our material contamination are free, so our devotional service is much, much better, and we are on the spiritual platform. So then he says that there are three types of platforms, that means Brahman platforms. What are they? The bodily platform or sensual platform. Second thing is mental platform. And third one is spiritual platform. The spiritual platform is called the Brahman platform. So to become liberated means to stand on the Brahman platform. So we'll just see what is meant by bodily platform and what is meant by mental platform and what is called the spiritual platform. Prabhupada gives a beautiful explanation of this. So that what is meant by the bodily platform means we are all conditioned soul. So we are at present, at moment, we are on the bodily platform of life or the sensual platform. Second is what? Mental platform. Those who are little above, they are on the mental platform or the speculating philosopher. Above all this is the Brahman platform. So one who is in Krishna consciousness, he is already on the Brahman platform. So that is actually ones who renders devotional service to the Lord in a Nishkama Karma Yogam, they are already on the Brahman platform. Is that fine, Mataji? So we all got today what is the real meaning of Brahman platform. Is that fine with you all, Matajis, Prabhujis?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
So can we move into the next part, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Bhakti Rasvabhava Brahma Haite Kare Akarshana Divya Deha Diya Kara Krishnera Bhajana. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Mataji not seeing.
Mansi Mataji, can you scroll up, Mataji? You couldn't see the translation. Yeah.
Characteristically, one in devotional service is attracted away from the impersonal Brahman platform. He is offered a transcendental body to engage in Lord Krishna's service. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, by doing devotional service, so how by totally giving up the worship of impersonal Brahman, how Lord is giving up the transcendental body to engage in His service. So, we'll see in the next verse how Lord is giving up the transcendental body to engage in His service. We'll move into the next verse, Mataji.
May I read Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Bhakta deha paile haya vunera smarana guna Krishna haya kare nirmala bhajana. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When one gets a devotee's spiritual body, he can remember the transcendental qualities of Krishna. Simply by being attracted to Krishna's transcendental qualities, one becomes a pure devotee engaged in his service. Papa, do you want me to read?
No, Mataji, I'll explain. Mataji. So, what does this shloka? So, already we saw in text 108 about the Brahma Upasakas in 3 levels. So, with examples we saw. So, in Bhagavad Gita 18.54, it says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim lavathe param. So, when the soul is in Brahma Bhuta stage, it is Prasannatma. The Atma is so prasanna, so become joyful. So, when there is joy, Ananda, there is no shochati, no kankshati. That means what? No shochati, no kankshati means no more hankering and no more demanding. So, what is meant by hankering and demanding? So, 2 things, very, very importantly, 2 things we have to understand from this verse. Thus, Danam dehi rupam, dehi yesho dehi rupavati, bharayam dehi dehi dehi. So, oh Durga Devi, please give me wealth, strength, fame, and good wife, and so on. So, when we are in the material platform, so we anchor for all these things and we keep on demanding these, that, and everything. And 2 important things from this shloka we have to understand that what is that? First of all, we possess. Then by nature, we lose it. When it is lost, then we cry. So these 2 things are happening. These are the material position. But when you have come to the Brahma Bhuta platform, Brahma Bhuta stage, that means spiritual stage, these 2 things will be absent. So then we will be able to see everyone on the same platform. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. It says in Bhagavad Gita 5.8, Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu. He equally sees everything. He equally sees everything. In this stage, he renders devotional service. He gets the spiritual body with purified senses. Sarvopani Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate. So, with Rishikena, with our purified senses, we render loving devotional service to whom? Rishikesha, who is the master of all senses. Lord Krishna is another name is Rishikesha, who is the master of all senses. That what's in this purport deals about this, Mataji. Okay, thank you so much. We'll move into the next. After the class, you can refer to this big purpose, what has been given. Yes, can someone volunteer for 112?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Muktapi Lilaya Vigraham. Sorry. Mukta api Lilya Vigraham Kritva Bhagvantam Bhajante Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Even a liberated soul merged in the impersonal Brahman effulgence is attracted to the pastime of Krishna. He thus install a deity and render the Lord service. Hare Krishna Mataji. Then the pronouncing. Thank you.
So it is. It has been said that highly elevated Mayavadi sannyasis sometimes they worship the Radha Krishna deity. So and discuss about the pastimes. But their progress, what is their main progress? Is to merge into the Brahman effulgence. That means Brahma Jyoti, but not to the highest goal of reaching the Goloka Vrindavan, where we can see the highest pleasure, where we can seek the highest pleasure. That means blissful stage. So Anandamayo Abhyasa, where we can seek the highest pleasure to reciprocate with the Lord in 5 rasas. With any of these 5 rasas, if you are connecting with the Lord, so in Golaka we can be in the same position with the Lord. That means we can enjoy with the Lord. If we are in the Dhasya rasa, we can serve the Lord. If you are in the Vatsalya rasa, we can be in the parental mode. Saki rasa, we can be friend with the Lord. So according to our stages of these 5 rasas, we can seek the highest pleasure in his abode. That means Goloka Vrindavan. But these highly elevated Mayavadi sannyasis, sometimes they worship, but they don't want to reach the abode of Golok Vrindavan, but they just wanted to merge into the Brahman effulgence. This is highly said in Upanishad of Nrisimha Tapani. It is one of the 31 Upanishad attached to the Atharva Veda. In that also, the Shankaracharya commentary was given in this way. So, but main thing, when we merged into the Brahman effulgence also, we will fall down definitely one or other day, because it's a very huge area where we cannot perform anything. Our Swarupa, what is our real Swarupa is Jivara Swarupa, Krishnera Nitya Dasa. We have to serve the Lord and his devotees. But the soul's nature is we cannot stand still. Some activity should be keep on there for this soul. But in Brahma Jyoti, that means in that Brahma Jyoti effulgence, there is no activity at all. We have to be stand still. How long we will be in that position, right? So we'll get bored, and there is a lot of chances of falling down again into this material world. So in this previous verses, we have discussed about what prohijita, that is completely rejected, that is not said in any of the shastras, that is not recommended in the dharma, desiring of liberation or oneness with the Supreme. But that we should totally reject, and our constitutional position is to serve the Lord and his devotees. But these Mayavadis, they worship Radha Krishna, but their intelligence is very less. So they don't want to go for the higher taste, but simply they will narrate the pastimes of Radha Krishna. But they finally, what is their destination is to merge in with the oneness with the Lord. That means merging in the Brahman effulgence. Okay, so we'll move into the next shloka.
Read Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Janma haite sukhasana kadi brahmamaya Krishna guna Krishna hana Krishnera bhajaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Although Sukadeva Goswami and the 4 Kumaras were always absorbed in the thought of impersonal Brahman and were thus Brahmavadis, they were nonetheless attracted by the transcendental pastimes and qualities of Krishna. Therefore, they later became devotees of Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So, and Sukadeva Goswami and 4 Kumaras, they were in the stage of Brahma Upasakas. So, one was Brahmamaya and Prapti Brahmamaya. So, they were attracted by the Lord's transcendental pastimes. Their sense, their mind were purified, and they become the devotee of the Lord. So we all know about how Sukadeva Goswami, as even though he is a liberated soul, he was into the impersonal Brahman. So later, after hearing the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, he became the Krishna's servitor, and he eternally became the Krishna's devotee. So we all know about Sukadeva Goswami, and we all know the story of 4 Kumaras. How after smelling the aroma of tulsi, they transfer into a devotee. We all know the story. So let's move into the next part. Next shloka, 115. 114, yeah. Sorry. Yes, can someone read?
Mataji, may I?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Sanakadyara Krishna Kripaya Saurabhe Hare Mana Gina Krishna Haya Kare Nirmala Bhajana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The minds of the four Kumaras were attracted by the aroma of the flowers offered to Krishna's lotus feet. Being thus attracted by the transcendental qualities of Krishna, they engaged in pure devotional service. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we all know that the four Kumaras, they are at the age, they'll be at the age of 5 only always. So they are already they are very liberated souls. Since liberated souls, also they worship impersonal Brahman. They want to merge into the Brahma Jyoti. But these peoples, these Mayavadis, Brahmavadis, how they have transferred themselves into the Bhaktas. So once the four Kumaras visited the Vaikuntha, because they are already into the effulgence, the doors of Vaikuntha. So they had a conversation, Jaya and Vijaya, we all don't know that story. So it is that conversation and their prayers towards the Lord, it has been beautifully explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. So you please try to read after smelling the aroma of tulsi from the lotus feet of the Lord, how their senses, their mind changed, and they totally gave up the impersonal Brahman, worship of impersonal Brahman, and by hearing the transcendental qualities about the Lord pastimes, and they have changed into the Bhakta, and their prayers towards the Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, what are the prayers? It's all beautifully explained in 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So please kindly go through, then we will know, because it's a very vast thing. So whenever you have time, please kindly go through the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, how these Brahmavadis have changed themselves into a devotee. Okay, so we will move into the next shloka of 115. Yeah. Can someone volunteer, please?
Hare Krishna Mataji. तस्य रविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसी मकरन्दवायु अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभम् अक्षरजुषाम् अपि चित्ततन्वो. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When the breeze carrying the aroma of tulsi leaves and saffron from the lotus feet of the lotus-eyed personality of Godhead entered through the nostrils into the hearts of those sages, the Kumaras, they experienced a change in both body and mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So this verse has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 15th chapter, 43 verse. So the impersonalist who feels the transcendental pleasure in striving to become one with the Lord is defeated. How? When he sees the beautiful feature of the Lord, cause of the fragrance of his lotus feet and mixed with the air and the aroma of tulsi and the saffron, when they entered into the nostrils of Kumaras, their mind and their senses have become purified. So, and their mind is instantly changed, and the thought of merging into the Brahma Jyoti, that means Brahman effulgence, has been changed. They thought it is wise to become a devotee. Immediately, their mind changed, and what they thought, it is wise to become a devotee instead of merging with the Brahman effulgence. So, becoming a servitor of lotus feet of the Lord is better than becoming one with the Lord. This was the position of the four Kumaras. It is said in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam 3:15-43. The same points what we have discussed, that has been written over there also. Kindly go through that. So after smelling instantly the aroma of tulsi and saffron, that is from the Lord's lotus feet, immediately their mind and senses has become purified, and totally they rejected the merging oneness with the Supreme, and they immediately, what they thought, becoming a devotee, becoming a servitor of the lotus feet. That was the position of the 4 Kumaras. Okay, we'll move into the next verse. Hope it is okay, Matajis and Prabhujis, or I'm a bit slow, or I'm not able to understand, or I'm a bit
Perfect,
fast.
Mataji.
Fine,
Perfect.
Mataji.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Perfect, Mataji.
The next sloka, Mataji.
Can we? Yeah, Masha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Mataji. Text 116. Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Vyasa kripaya shuka dhelera Lilati smarana Krishna guna Kristahana Karena bhajana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By the mercy of Srila Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami was attracted by the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Being thus attracted by Krishna's transcendental qualities, he also became a devotee and engaged in his service. Haribol, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, Shiva Mataji. So, how by the mercy of Srila Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami was attracted by the pastime of Lord Krishna. So, the minds of the damsels of Vrindavan was attracted by his personal beauty. The whole Vrindavan was attracted by the personal beauty of Lord, and Rukmini's attention was attracted by his bodily feature. Rukmini never saw Lord Krishna, but by hearing the Lord's feature, so Lord is wearing Pitambara dress, he's holding the flute, that, everything, and she got attracted. So even she was so attracted, and she wants to marry Lord Krishna. So we all know about the pastimes of Rukmini, how she was married to Lord Krishna. So Rukmini attention was attracted by his bodily features and transcendental qualities. So, and the mind of goddesses of fortune was attracted by his flute playing and other transcendental features. So by this way, by the mercy of Srila Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami also attracted by the pastimes of the Lord. Krishna, what does the Krishna words, where does this Krishna words comes from? Akarshan. Krishna means all attractive. He attracts everyone. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also, Rupa Goswami says, my dear Lord, please give me that mood of the gopis, so I can render this types of devotional service to you. So he is requesting, he's simply begging the Lord. Who? Srila Rupa Goswami is begging to the Lord. And what are our positions? Simply nothing. So even Rupa Goswami is praying that type of mood, how the gopis are attracted towards the Lord Krishna. So how Lord is attracted towards the gopis. So he is asking for that mood, so I can render service to you. So in this way, some or other, the Vrindavan people or the Rukmini or the goddesses of fortune, some or other, they are attracted. Even we are attracted by hearing Shravanam, every day hearing from Lord's transcendental qualities. Even we are attracted to Lord Krishna. So these are some of the points from here given in these verses. So some points I have taken from Vani quotes where Prabhupada has given some of the points in that. So I've shared in that also. So by the mercy, even Sukadeva Goswami, he was a Brahmavadi. So even after hearing from his father Vyasadeva, he got attracted to the Krishna's pastime and he became a devotee. Okay, let's move into the next shloka.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Gunakshipta Mate Bhagavan Badarayani Adyagan Mahadakyanam Nityam Vishnu Janapriyaha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being very much attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, the mind of Srila Shukadeva Goswami was agitated by Krishna consciousness. He therefore began to study Srimad Bhagavatam by the grace of his father. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. So here, Sukadeva Goswami was more agitated by Krishna consciousness. So he started studying Srimad Bhagavatam from his father. So according to Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Sukadeva Goswami, even he was a liberated soul. Even when he was in his mother womb, he was a liberated soul. So Vyasadeva knew, but what he knew, that this child, after his birth, he would not stay at home. So therefore, what Vyasadeva did, he impressed upon him the synopsis of Srimad Bhagavatam. When he was in the womb, he started reciting, he started giving the synopsis of Srimad Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami when he was in the womb, so that the child could be made attached to the transcendental activities of the Lord. So the main idea is that generally the liberated souls are always attached to the impersonal Brahman, becoming oneness with the Supreme. But by the association of the devotees, very, very, very important point, by the association of the pure devotees like Vyasadeva, even the liberated souls become attracted to the Lord. By how? By the mercy of Vyasadeva, by the mercy of Narada, Vyasadeva was able to narrate the epic of Srimad Bhagavatam. So these were some of the points from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.11. So he knew that Vyasadeva will run away. So he will not stay at home. So he is very scared about Maya. So after hearing, while he was running in the forest, he was hearing some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. There are some persons, they were cutting the wood in 10th canto, some 21st chapter and shloka something. Baraha Pidam Natavaravapavu Karnayo Karnikaram. So they were describing, they were singing about the Lord's future. So after hearing that, Sukadeva Goswami got attracted towards shloka. How these very low persons, even they are very much attracted to the Lord's song. So Sukadeva Goswami went and asked that persons, so where you have learned this song? Is it from your father Vyasadeva? Oh, then he started running home, and after that he got more agitated into Krishna consciousness, and by the mercy, that means like a pure devotee like Vyasadeva, he started studying Srimad Bhagavatam from his father. And that's what this Bhagavatam 1.7.11 also deals in. Okay, can we move into the next shloka, Mataji?
Mataji? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Mataji.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Oh, okay, Mataji, you can read.
No, you go ahead, it's okay.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. Navayo Janma Haite Sadaka Gnani Vidhi Siva Narada Mukhe Krishna Guna Suni. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. From their very birth, the 9 great mystic yogis, Yogendras, were impersonal philosophers of the absolute truth, but because they heard about Lord Sri Krishna's qualities from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the great sage Narada, they also became Krishna's devotee. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. So from verse 118 to 120, so these are the points given. I'll just read the main important points so that we can move on very quickly. So in this verse, in the 11th canto, it talks about the Nava Yogendras. They are the sons of Rishabhadeva. So they got the association of Brahma, and Lord Brahma was discussing about the pastimes, Krishna's pastimes with them. So they become very jubilant. Ittam bhuto guno harihi. Finally, they got attracted to Lord Ranganatha, and their most lovable worshipper about Lord Ranganatha became the most lovable Lord for Navayogendras. So these are some of the points from 118 to 120. So already we have read 118. We will move into 119 and 120. We'll just read there. There was not much points given in that. Okay. So yeah, 119. Can someone volunteer?
Okay, I'll read now, Mataji. Guna Kristana Kare Krishna Rabhajana Ekadasa Skante Tandra Bhakti Vivarana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a full description of the devotional service of the 9 Yogendras who rendered devotional service because they were attracted by the Lord's transcendental qualities. Thank you, Mataji.
We will move to the next shloka.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Aklesham kamalabhuva pravishya goshtim kurvanta shruti shirasam shrutim shrutajnaha uttangam yadu pura sangamaya rangam yogendra pulakabhrito navapi avapo. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The 9 Yogendras entered Lord Brahma's association and heard from him the real meaning of the topmost Vedic literatures, the Upanishads. Although the Yogendras were already conversant in Vedic language, they became very jubilant in Krishna consciousness just by listening to Brahma. Thus, they wanted to enter Dwarka, the abode of Lord Krishna. In this way, they finally achieved the place known as Rangashetra. Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Mansi Mataji, can we move into only one shloka next, or still we have time, Mataji? Yes, Mataji. So it's a very, very important verse. So because till 120, we were discussing about the Brahma Upasakas. Who are the Brahma Upasakas? There are 3 stages, and with the 3 examples, how they have transformed into the devotees. Now from verse number 121, we will look upon to the Moksha Kankshis. Who are Moksha Kankshis with examples, how they have become into the devotees. Let's discuss with you. So can someone volunteer for 121?
May I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
मोक्षकांक्षी ज्ञानी हयाति न प्रकार मुमुक्षु जीवन मुक्ता प्राप्त स्वरूप आर. Translation based divine grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those who wish to merge into the impersonal Brahman are also divided into 3 categories. Those desiring to be liberated, those already liberated, and those who have realized Brahman. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. So in this verse, Moksha Kankshi also has been categorized into 3 levels. Mumukshu, desiring to be liberated. So, and next one is Jivan Mukta. Already they are liberated, even in this life. Then Prapta Swarupa, self-realized. So what is Mumukshu? One who anchors for material enjoyment. That means all liberations. Example was given as Shaunakadi Rishis. Along with 88,000 disciples, they were performing the yajna, but their goal was mumukshu. Mumukshu, who means, what means the material for the material enjoyment or for the liberation. But by the time they saw the Sutta Goswami, who spoke about Srimad Bhagavatam, after hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam from Sutta Goswami, they become very jubilant, and they were saying, while hearing the Katha itself, we were already liberated. So such a transcendental vibration, such transcendental is Srimad Bhagavatam. After hearing, everyone will be liberated. So how this Mumukshu, even Shaunakadi Rishis, they were meditating, they were performing yajna for the material cause only, for the material desire. But after hearing from Sutta Goswami, what they heard? Very nectarian Srimad Bhagavatam. So their final destination was, they decided they have already been liberated. What is mean by liberation? Free from material contamination. They don't hanker or demand for more material opulences or material desires. That is the main word for liberations. So they were so jubilant and started hearing from Sutta Goswami. Okay, and what is the next thing? The Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is one who is already liberated in this lifetime. Example was given as Bilbavangala Thakura. So Jivan Muktas also, they are liberated from the gross and subtle body. They are completely aloof. Actually, Jivan Muktas wanders without any cares, but he became attracted to Krishna's qualities and pastimes, and he has become the servitor of the Lord. So, and one main thing what we have discussed, what we have to understand from this is there are 2 types of Jivan Muktas, Bhaktya Jivan Muktas and Jnana Jivan Muktas. So, Bhaktya Jivan Muktas, gradually they becomes interested in Krishna's and deeply like Vilva Mangala Thakur, they are most fortunate people. They started doing bhaktis. So, on Jnana Jivan Muktas, they what to say about, they fall down. Actually, why? Because they are affessing the Lord futures. They think, okay, Lord, they are like an ordinary human. He is like a same with the skin, bones, flesh, blood, and everything. So, Jnana Jivan Muktas, they offend the Lord. They think that the Lord also had normal human form. So, they offend the Lord. And they liberate to philosophical speculation. And they avoid, mainly, they don't want to do bhakti. And they refuses to take shelter of Krishna. So, certainly what happens? So, they become doubtfuls. and eventually they fall down into this material world. But this Bhakta Jivan Mukta goes into the path of Bhakti and they get liberated. And third thing is Prapta Swarupa is what is one who has attained his original constitution positions. Muktir Hitva Anyata Swarupam. On the strength of Bhakti, they attain a spiritual body, liberated from Maya, from fear, everything. After liberation, they worship Lord very intensely and attain their Swarupam. So this is the verse explaining about the Moksha Kankshis and what are the 3 types of Moksha Kankshis, and we saw some with the examples. So with this, I conclude the class. Thank you so much for giving me such an opportunity. So though I'm not qualified, but still I've tried what I've learned and what I've understood. So if I made any offenses or any mistakes, I seek forgiveness from all of you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Danad pranams to all the assembled devotees. Thank you so much.
Krishna Mataji, very nicely explained. Thank you so much.
Mataji. Very nice session, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so much.
Mataji. Nice class, wonderful class.
Nancy Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the
Thank you
wonderful
so
class,
much.
Mataji. Hare Bol. Hare
Hare Bol.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Should I end the session, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna
much.
Mataji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.